So fidget spinners essentially have three parts. You have the housing or the body, the bearing, and the button. Of those, the bearing seems to be the one that causes the most confusion with people. So I want to do a quick video just distilling what I've learned about them. You basically have four types of bearings. You have a plastic bearing. This is just a plastic housing with glass balls. It tends to be a piece of junk. So, and I actually don't know that anyone sells plastic bearings commercially in spinners, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we have stainless steel bearings. Stainless steel is nice because it is cheap, and it's often found in spinners that cost under $10. This one I think was around $8 or so, and that just means you have a stainless steel outer and inner pieces and then stainless steel balls inside of them. And again, stainless steel bearings can be a little bit on the loud side, but that isn't necessarily a problem for a lot of people. Some people prefer to get that sort of auditory feedback, or whatever you want to call it, from their spinners. I don't really see it as being a downside personally. But again, we see stainless steel housing, so stainless steel outer and inner pieces, and stainless steel balls. And the weight of the spinner and the size of the body and the size of the buttons will also often have a bigger factor determining the volume than the bearing type. Next up, we have hybrid bearings, also known as hybrid ceramic bearings. That means you have stainless steel outer and inner pieces, but then you have these ceramic balls on the inside. So this is obviously a hybrid between a full ceramic bearing and a stainless steel bearing. The advantage of this is a little bit cheaper than a full ceramic bearing, but it's also a little bit louder. This is like probably the most popular bearing type as you get to sort of like maybe like premium spinners. So we're talking like in the, I don't know, $10 to $30 range, but also they go up way past that. Tends to be a little bit quieter and a little bit smoother spinning than stainless steel. But again, the volume has a lot to do with how muted the sound is by the body and then the buttons. So we're just generally, speaking in general terms here. Here's another look at hybrid ceramic bearings. You can see it's the balls are kind of black, and we have those sort of metal pieces on the outside. So it's a loud spinner, but it's really nice and smooth, and it's got a pretty long spin given the size of the outside. Nice low vibration, and moving over to ceramic components versus steel reduces the weight. Again, the bearing is only a small part of the overall weight of the device, but if you're looking for something a little bit lighter, then ceramic bearings tend to be the way to go. Lastly, we're looking at full ceramic bearings. So now you can see it has ceramic outer and inner pieces, and then ceramic balls. This is nice because it's really light and it has a really smooth feeling and it's really quiet. But the downside of going full ceramic is that it's really expensive. This spinner is called the Falcon. It sells for $20 just for the body, $35 for the body plus a stainless steel bearing, $45 with a hybrid bearing, and then $55 with the ceramic bearings. So you're pretty much doubling, or almost doubling the cost of the fidget spinner to get that full ceramic bearing. And if you wanted to get a full ceramic bearing on its own, you're looking at spending well over $20, probably more like often $30. On the flip side, I mean, as a result, the ceramic bearings are really smooth and very quiet. I wouldn't necessarily say they're the longest spinning, that's a separate factor, but they are generally quiet and smooth. That is pretty much a given if you're buying a nicer ceramic bearing. This is a really light body. This is aluminum, this isn't steel, and even so you could hear the spinner just gives you like sort of a quiet whir sound, not like a more of a shrill metal sound, or trying to see what's around here. I'll go back to this. Or anything really grindy. It's just really smooth. So those balls are super high quality, and they're in a ceramic race. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I don't want to go on too long, since if you care any more than this, you're probably going to go ahead and do your own research. But I would say, generally speaking, from one side of the spectrum, we have the full stainless steel bearings. And stainless steel, I would just think cheap, loud. Ceramic, I would just think expensive, quiet. And then in the middle, you have hybrid ceramic, which I would generally say is the way to go. I do not think ceramic bearings, full ceramic bearings, are worth it. Save your money. I've actually found them to be somewhat sensitive to dust and grime and stuff like that. Whereas steel bearings maybe don't have that smoothness initially, but these stainless steel bearings, I feel like I have to clean out all the time, because when you lose that smoothness with any sort of pocket junk, you really feel it. And it feels like these things are really full. It really feels like this is falling apart after a couple hours in your pocket, whereas these other guys hold up much better. So anyway, just my takeaway after playing with these for a little bit. I'm sure other people know a whole lot more than me, and I hope you could speak up in the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching.